Okay, so I kind of popped on in and gave everybody a treat. I always do that. I can't help it. I'm a pourer, so there's certain things that just come to me in that moment that's what I'm supposed to say or do, and it does. And so today's training is really coming because I just shared organization is huge in entrepreneurship, or organization is huge in goal setting, period. It just is. It is. It's one of those things that I hear all the time. Like, how do I get this? Or why am I not getting this? And I can always put it down to if a person is organized or not. However, there are 7 habits that you need to get used to, familiar with, and do often to become organized. Be gentle with yourself. Okay, be gentle with you, because guess what, you're not, even when I tell you these, and I'm sure you've heard somebody talk to you about being organized before, right? You've heard certain things and you haven't necessarily put them in play, but I'll tell you, out of sight is out of mind. Out of sight is out of mind. So if it's not something that you have and you're writing down and you're actively going towards being organized, then what usually happens is when it doesn't go your way, that's when you go, I got to get organized. Right? Frustrated. But letting you know, you got to put a plan in action. You got to be willing to be uncomfortable, because there are going to be some things that you don't do well or right when you said it. But it's like falling off the bike. Fall off the bike and get back on it. Don't take it out of sight, out of mind, because your level of success is on the other side of that. Your level of goal is on the other side of you getting organized. If you want to take off 10 pounds, your level of 10 pounds off is unorganized. Your next level of season of where you want to be in this business, your next promotion is all based upon it. Some levels are really easy, right? You can get from distributor to executive, yay! And then you may struggle to go to Ruby. And then Emerald is like, oh God. And then Diamond, oh my goodness. Like, and then it's like, okay, I'm diamond and now I'm going double. And then all of those non-organizations or flexibilities start showing their ugly head. And then what happens is you can start telling yourself in your head, well, maybe this isn't for me right now. Or a lie sometimes is people go, the devil doesn't want me to have that. You know what? The devil will stop this. When in all actuality, let's flip the brain. Could it be God saying to you, until you get this together, I'm not going to give you more than what you can handle, because it can break you. It can take you out. You're not ready for this. You have to be careful when you just put every negative thing on that, because you as a mother, you as a father, guess what? We teach our kids through situations. I just had a situation with my daughter today. I know she can hear it. Had to come back and give her a hug. Had to be real tough, real stern, because I love her enough to keep her in that uncomfortable space so she can learn to be a better person for later. So don't be hard on yourself. Don't. Stay in the race. What you need to do is hear these things that you got to do. Be willing to be uncomfortable. Be willing to be flexible, because every day isn't a good day. I don't care how smart you are. Every day is not a good day. Don't beat yourself up because it was a bad day. Change it. Oh, it was a bad day. I even can tell sometimes for myself, if I'm having a bad day or I'm not as organized, I'm not as frustrated, I'll be like, go to sleep, girl. Go take a nap. That usually works for you. You need night time. You do. You need to go rest. You tripping. So be gentle on you. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 7 habits of organized people. Number 1, write things down. Don't keep it in your head. If you know you have 10 things to do and you're steady playing them over, guess what happens in your brain? Your brain goes, I have to fold the clothes. I got to talk to my distributors. I have to do this. And then guess what it does? I have to fold clothes. I have to do distributors. I have to talk to my customers. I have to fold clothes. I have to do distributors. It plays the movie over and over and over again. And before you know it, it's 4 things really you got to do, but your brain keeps doing it over and you become overwhelmed. You have anxiety, you have stress. And then when people go, I got a whole bunch of stuff to do. Girl, you got 4 things to do. It is not a whole bunch to do, but your brain is programmed that way and it's just steady playing it over. When you write it out of your brain, it's called a brain dump. When you write it down and you can actually see it, then you put it into action. So get it out of your head and write it down. Write down the things that you have to do. Also, when you are trying to become organized, it's not enough to have a to-do list. I said on one of my other ones, a to-do list is a to-don't list. Because if it only gets to-do, guess what? It has no place in your chronos time. I love to talk about this. There's a thing spiritually that's called kairos time. Kairos and chronos. Kairos time is God's ability to know the design for your life. He knows everything and when it's supposed to happen. All of the things that are supposed to happen. That is kairos time. So that's why you hear people say, it's not my time. It may not be, because us as humans, we live in chronos time. We live in 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. time frame. So you're not chronos. I'm kairos. I'm sorry. You're not kairos. That's God. So if you just have a list, you're trying to operate like him. You are not putting it in your design, which is chronos time. Take that list and give everything a time to get it done. And appointment books, I love appointment books that have time. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Give it its due time. Okay, I'm going to do laundry. Well, I'm going to do laundry at this time to this time. So you're going to do 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. for laundry. And then guess what you should do? You should put your phone on airplane mode from 2 to 3. Because guess what? Somebody who texts you about an appointment or whatever, you put in your chronos time that you wanted to plan, you wanted to do your laundry from 2 to 3. Give it its time frame, stick to it. Don't be unrealistic about time frame too. If you know when you walk down your hallway and you're putting in laundry that you got about 10 loads because you ain't did it in 3 weeks and you gave it an hour and you thought she was going to be finished, girl, you tripping. Give it its due time. If you have a large project, give it its correct time in your life. For me, sometimes big projects I can chunk away at 30 minutes. So I may say that huge long laundry load that I haven't done in 3 weeks, I'm going to give it 30 minutes every day until it's done. And I'm going to walk away from this washing machine when it's done. Now let's push this on over in here to business, because guess what? I'm a mom of 4. I have a husband. I have 4 businesses, guys. Biggest question everybody always asks me is, how do you juggle? You have to have a schedule. You cannot think that everything is going to get done. I don't care how superwoman you are. Y'all, I'm a red personality, and reds think they can do all things through Jesus Christ that has strengthened them. You can, girl, with a plan. I had to learn that. I would feel like, oh my God, I'm just not getting it done. It's not well. It's not okay. And then I was like, he's like, listen, I gave you a project to complete in a year and you're trying to do it in 30 days. That's why you're frustrated. So, okay, all right, let me roll back. Let me just do this until I get it completed, until I get it done. So give it a time. Number 2 rolls into it, make schedules and deadlines. That's what your schedule. So number 1 was write things down. Number 2 was make schedules and deadlines. But I'm going to add one more thing to the schedule and deadline. Make sure it's a realistic one. Make sure it's a realistic one. I hear all the time, so I'm going to tie this to our business. I hear all the time, I'll be talking to somebody on a one-on-one and I'll always ask, I do not push. So people ask me about how I run my business. I ask you what you're looking for. What are you looking for this month? Oh, I'm going to retain my ruby. I'm going to go emerald. I'm going to go diamond. And then I'll work with you in accordance to what you're looking for. However, when you set your deadline and you're a distributor and you come to me and say you're going to be double diamond this month. Okay, so how about we go executive first? How about we do that so we can get there? Are you doing that to yourself? When you're trying to get organized, are you just saying, you know what? You know how they tell us when you promote, it's a decision? It is. It is. When you say, I am going this rank, it is a decision because everything behind you has to match that. But it also has to be somewhat earthly realistic. Now, can you go distributor to double in 30 days? Absolutely. You are not going to sleep, eat. You are going to talk to everybody and everybody that comes before you. You got to make sure you understand what you just said. Can it occur? Yeah, but you're going to have to break that thing down. You will work every 15 minutes. Like, that is realistic, if that is a goal that you have on the table for that time span. So when you set these schedules and you set these deadlines, make sure they're realistic to the work you're going to do behind it to get it done. Is this realistic for me? Even when I sit down and I say, hey, I'm about to have some time, because I do schedule time, like, okay, I'm about to shut all this down, I'm about to be with the family. Well, if I know this is a time frame in which the family has a lot going on, I know I can't give it 30 minutes. Okay, well, you know what? Today is one of those days that I need about 3-4 hours, because they're just as important. If they're not okay, how do I work? Like, here is a problem here. I got to go fix this thing. So I'm sharing with you. I love when I teach, I don't just teach business, I teach life. I'm also a life coach. So I love to teach you life things, because guess what? Your life is a part of you being an amazing businesswoman or man. How you do that thing usually translates over into how you do your business. So I tell people, when you want to be organized, if you're saying, hey, I want to be organized, here's one place to check organization. Are you ready for this? Check your car. Check your car, check your vehicle. You're like, why? That is a small space that you're in, that you travel in. If that small space you can't keep together, start there. That's your space. 9 times out of 10, if you got kids, turn around and tell them, hey, y'all. But if your front seat is messed up, girl, that might be you. That's indicative of everything that's going on in your brain, is your level of organization in which you have around. Check your car. After you come out of your car, go into your house. Go into the spaces that you regularly dwell. These are ways to get better in other areas. But what people tend to do, they can't keep their front seat of the car together, can't keep the car together, and now you want to go and be ambassador. Well, you're starting too large. It's too large. You got to fix you first before you can fix anything else around you. And guess what? Your team will watch what you do, not what you say. They'll watch your actions. So if they start seeing those things around you and you're just, you know what? I noticed that you always, I would notice when people would come to me, some women, and I was in the beauty industry. So some women would come to me and have all of their food together. Right? They would have their apples. You ever seen these women? Because I love these women. They taught me how to do that. They had the apples in a bag. They got the perfectly scooped out almond butter. And I was like, wow, that's kind of admirable. Where here as me don't know what I'm going to have by lunch, and I order everything. I was like, wow. And then I wonder why I'm not here in my business, is what I would say to myself. And I'm not talking about it works. I'm talking about pre-coming in it works. And then I was like, maybe I should start measuring my food and bringing those with me, because if I want to be mindful of what's going in my body, why do I not know what's going in there? Right? I have to happenstance and order a cheeseburger, order or whatever, don't know what the calories are, and then wonder why I'm gaining weight. Well, my behaviors and my habits had me gaining weight because I was not organized. And it was something as simple as putting apples in a bag, in a baggie, knowing what I was going to have, knowing what my calories were, that then did what? Cause change. But I had to become organized to get that to happen. How many of you all call your customers and they've turned off their auto ship, and then they'll tell you, they'll say, oh, I have too much product. Because I have that every week. So now, to be proactive, because I'm an organized woman, I start talking about it first. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to order these. And I'm going to tell you right now, I do have some customers that will tell me after the 30 days that they have too much product. So what I want to do is once you get your product, I want you to call me. So therefore, we can set up your alarms in your phone to go off to help you to remember to take your Thermofite X, drink your coffee, because I already know that's a problem. But guess what? If I wasn't organized and thought, look, here are all my products, and everybody be cracking up laughing around me when my alarms go off to take my Thermo X. But hey, I won't remember. I'm too busy. But if this wasn't my habit, how can I teach a customer or a teammate how to do what I don't do? So then I had to start saying to myself, I always tell people, when you're having a problem outward, it's always inward. It's something you're doing. You can't teach what you don't know, what you don't do. You have no idea. So write your schedule, write a deadline, get it down. And when you start doing it, others around you will start doing it too. Number 3, here's huge. I'm a Libra. Anybody else a Libra on here? Anybody else a Libra? Okay, I'm a Libra. The third one is my nemesis, and it is one that I know when I'm having an issue, I'm doing this one. Don't procrastinate. Virgo. You right before me. Does anybody else procrastinate? Or is it just me? I know every Libra I know, we procrastinate. So we think that if we get to the last day, we gonna get it done. We need all the pressure in the world to get it done. And I'm like, why in the world do I want to live in stress? But I just know every Libra does it. Aries, laugh out loud. So I know more signs do it, but I know it's in my sign. I have 2 Libra kids. And they will wait until we will go out. It will be Saturday. No, it'll be Sunday. We'll go to church. We'll do everything. We about ready to go to bed. And then these two will pop up and say, Mom, but I got homework. Well, I know they didn't learn that from their Libra mama. So I was like, man, I put too many things. Every time I'm having an issue, every time it's because I procrastinated. This morning we had a diamond meeting. I was getting ready. I said in my brain, I was going to, my Fitbit, anybody else on Fitbit? My Fitbit, you see it's not on my wrist. I'm going to go charge that. Totally forgot. When I got off the train and looked on up, don't have my Fitbit, got to the gym, got there, and then was like, I love to count. I'm a measurer. I need to know what I did. And do I need to push a little bit more? It takes 3,500 calories to move. That screwed my brain. Procrastination screws you. You don't have enough time. You can't get it done. It causes anxiety. You're really stressed. I know better. Girl, plan stuff. Why was everything not on the charger last night? That's what you normally do when you're well. So it was a little check off. And then I said, that's why it's not on me. It's on the charger. I was like, when you get your butt home, put it on the charger. I don't need it for later. I don't need it for tomorrow. However, I know I need it. So what are the things that you know that you need? How do you plan for them? You know you need to talk to your team. When is best time to talk to your team? Don't think about it when you need to talk to your team. Don't think about it when you need to fill a 400 box. Don't think about it at that time. Think it out. This one's hard. It is. But guess what? It lowers a lot of pressure on your life. When you don't procrastinate, you know it needs to be done. In your calendar, place it somewhere. I should have put on an alarm to charge them things. Matter of fact, 1 second. Benita, you're going to laugh at me. I have a running list of things that I have to do. And I put that and then go check on that list. So I need an alarm for my chargers. I know a lot of us on here juggle a lot. It is very easy. I'm 40 years old. And I'm even checking myself going, I remember when do y'all remember when you used to remember everything? You remember that? But let me tell you something that's true. You ever been to the circus and you watch somebody juggle balls? Right? You watch them juggle the balls. And at some point, maybe they're juggling 4 or 5 balls. Yeah, those was the days. They're juggling 4 or 5 balls and then somebody throw a 5th one in there and they drop everything. Does that mean that they're still not a juggler? They're still a juggler. Does that mean that they're not well? No. But it was one thing that they got that was too much that threw everything out of whack. And that's usually what happens to us, especially, I'm not saying not to men, but especially with women. We're juggling the kids. You're trying to figure out when you're going to do your 6 list. That some days is a 2 list. You're trying to figure out how you're going to cook dinner. How am I going to, host the what? I don't want to host the post because then they're going to actually need me to respond to them. So I ain't posting nothing. Listen, I'm here with you. I get it. I get it. However, procrastination is one of those things that will take you out. It'll make you feel less than. I can't get this done. We as women, and it's unfortunate, but they expect us to take care of the kids and the babies, and it don't even matter how long you've been at home all day. They expect dinner. I'm out here working out this morning. My son's 18 years old, and he probably around here somewhere. And he gonna hit his mom, bring home some food. Like I have nothing else to do but do everything underneath the sun to get you when you're sitting here with the refrigerator. But because we are who we are, they expect. So guess what we have to do? As women, we have to plan better. We have to stop waiting to the last minute because your kids are going to need something of you. They're going to. Your husband, your boyfriend, they're going to need something of you. Your team is, somebody said, Lord Jesus, yes. Your team is going to send you a message in the middle of the day with some urgent something that has to get done. You have to plan flexibility time for yourself. When I was a stylist, I was a stylist in the salon, celebrity stylist. Okay, two crazy worlds. In the salon, everything is back to back to back because I'm trying to make my income. When I'm on set, they don't expect you to touch nothing but be there with the artist. And it drove me insane. I remember one time I walked away on a set to go use the bathroom and somebody snipped at me. And I was like, well, dang, I had to pee. Like, is that not allowed? However, when I did become more control of my time, I said, dang, I have to be more careful when I'm scheduling things to not stack so many things behind each other that I can't even eat. I can't sit still. I can't go to the bathroom. Y'all got little kids, their hands under the door. Guess what? Y'all think y'all little kids leave y'all alone when y'all use the bathroom. My 18, 15, 13-year-old still at the door. Hey, mom, can such and such come over? Can I finish? It never goes away. I was like, oh my God, I don't think it leaves. Y'all, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It's never leaving you. And I'm like, okay. And then they even have the nerve. I have to still lock the door. They got the nerve to try to creep it up. Are you kidding? Now y'all good and grown not to come on the other side. It doesn't go away. It doesn't. So what I had to learn in procrastination was to give myself what I call flex time. Flex time. Flex time is if I have a meeting or a one-on-one with somebody. How many of you do this? You'll schedule a one-on-one with somebody at 1, and then you'll schedule a one-on-one at 2, and then you'll schedule one at 3. You schedule them back to back so you can get as many of them as you can in there. I don't do that no more because that was causing me anxiety, which then would cause me to procrastinate the task. Because you don't want to do it because it's so intense. After you finish that, you ever finish something, you'll be like, I don't want to do that again. I don't. So I started building myself flex time. So if I have an appointment at 12 and it's from 12 to 1, then from 1 to 1:30 is my flex. If I just want to take a walk, if I just want to sit back here in this chair and do nothing, I can. So therefore, I don't grow that feeling on the task that I don't want to do it because it's too intense. I'll give y'all host to post for an example. I tell everybody, host to post work. They do, hands down. I can tell you when your business is doing well, that it's because you're doing a host to post. When your business ain't, it's because you're not doing the host to post. But I do know anxiety is around it. I do know overwhelm becomes with it. You're like, how in the world do I stay in conjunction with all of this? All these people, do y'all feel like me? My phone, where did I save this? Who's whatever? Listen, if my phone, I do that. But what I had to learn was, I had to learn how to do them in spurts. How to do it in spurts. I can do, and this is on my list, I can do 5 host to post at one time and not get stressed. But as soon as I go to the 6th one, I just want to throw the whole phone away. I don't want nobody else to talk to me. But that's me. Some people can do 10. I mean, y'all who doing 100 messages a day, bless your whole fingers and soul. Because I just cannot. However, I can still get it done. If I don't push myself past my own max, because guess what? You still have a life. You still have kids. You still have other things. You got to find the things that work for you. This is what helps stop procrastination, because usually people procrastinate off of tasks that don't feel good. They don't feel well. Who the heck want to be up all night? Who want to cook a whole week of food? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all do. I like meal plan. I meal prep because it's good that I have my food and I know what it is, but I can't stand cooking. I can tell y'all the best way to place together a good healthy meal, but I don't like it. So what I had to start doing is saying I was going to meal prep from Monday to Wednesday, then Wednesday to Saturday, because I can't do 7 days. It's one of those things that I know if you're procrastinating on it, it's something in the feeling of when you get to that task, it does not make you feel okay. Don't walk away from the task and not get it done. You still got to get it done. You have to learn how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Chunk it. Make it small. The part that screws people, especially in our business, y'all, we listen to these videos all the time. And you hear somebody go, yes, and I host a post, and I do 100, and I do this, and I do that. And you go, oh my God, okay, all right, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna do 100. And then you gonna do it one good time, and you be like, never again. Oh my God, I'm never gonna promote. I'm never gonna whatever. Because I can't. I'm not her. Be careful. Be careful. What you're supposed to do is go into a task. You're supposed to go into the task. Hear the task. Pull out the nuggets for you. What matches in your life? Which can you deposit in yours? Hey, it's some people that love to be up at 4 a.m. in the morning. Y'all do that. I'm not. Listen, I'm a morning chick, but that don't work for me. I have a whole attitude. And I need to lay in the bed. My alarm goes off. I have to rub. Me and my friend, we are hornets. We love Beyonce. I learned my friend different when we traveled to Detroit, and we had to hop up to get to the plane. The alarm went off, and my friend popped up. Boom! And I remember looking up, going, "She get up and move on the alarm? Other people do that?" Y'all, if I wasn't secure in myself, I would have thought something was wrong, because we're both very intelligent women, smart women, but she got up and moved. I noticed that. And I laid around. Y'all got to rotate my ankles. I'm not lying. My right ankle needs a little work before it's going to hit the floor. It does not just get up. So I had to rotate my ankle first. I have to stretch. I got to get on my phone. I have to prepare. I'm like, I have to awaken. And she's steady going, girl, we're going to be late. And I'm looking like, I'm not going to be late. I'm not going to be late, because this is how I do it. We both walked out the door at the same time. The same time. I made her nervous. She made me nervous. But at the end of the day, we got that thing done. We got to that plane at the same time. That's some of the things that we don't know. We think if we're not moving and our feet are not doing exactly what everybody else is doing, when they doing it, then maybe I'm not going to get it done. Now, just imagine if I had gotten up and started moving faster, my right ankle was going to be hurting. I wasn't going to be happy. She would have caught all type of attitude at the airport, because now I have not had my time to awaken. And I'm a whole thing when I'm not awakened right. So thank God I stayed in my lane. Stay in yours, still get it done. Listen to these trainings and then figure out how it works in your home, your life. Maybe in the morning time, you should be spending more time with your kids and your husband than being in somebody's face trying to see how they live when all out here is going wrong. Maybe your time is 12 p.m. Maybe you can output the best. Hear me on these things. They're true. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. I tell you that to say there are things that I used to do wrong that now I keep going on here, because I know there are a lot of newer ones that need to hear that. Like, baby, don't quit, adjust. Don't quit, adjust. Be flexible to the adjustment. And don't think you're doing it incorrect if somebody else is doing it this way. Get the outcome. Number 4, give everything a home. Give everything a home in your life. Give everything its place in your life. Where do your friends go in your life? Where does your business go in your life? If you're married, where is everything? Where does that play? You need to be clear on these things for you. Y'all, I am very clear on by 5. I work my business. I get up at 7. I start my first meeting at 8. On Saturdays, I am done by 5. You want to know why? Date night and being with my husband is important because I'm away from him too much. I'm sitting here on this computer screen with this thing behind that says, don't come behind, don't touch. I am busy. I am working. I got another French doors on over here. So I know in my home, it's important that if I am going to get to my others and they know this is their time, then they know they have their time. Saturdays, Sundays, family day. Will I respond in text? Yes, but I don't do one-on-ones on Sunday. I don't. I'll talk to you. I'll text you. I'll say, hey, girl, but we not about to do no one-on-ones because now my kids need to know they need to get excited about when Sunday comes. Mama going to be here with us. We're going to have a barbecue. We're going to lay out on the grill. Where is your home for everything in your life? Where does it have its place? Do not just get a business calendar and only put your business on it. You need your life on it. You're a mom. Where do your kids get their time? Where does your husband get his time? Your husband or boyfriend? Hey, listen, don't be just because I've made this mistake. Don't just be about your family and your kids and there's no time for you. Where is you time? Are you getting a massage? Are you going to go be with your friends? Yeah, I love tequila. I don't abuse it, but it's my friend. So when I go to my friends, and that's my time, sometimes when I'm extra stressed, they already know what tequila bar we hitting. Yeah, because we need to go. Again, I'm not an abuser, but that is my time. My husband don't like to drink. My kids better not. So that's my time. I love to go to the gym. This morning, phone down, over. Hey, I want to get back to boot camp. I used to box. I want to do that. That made me feel good. Thank God for that bag because I ain't hit nobody else. I just hit the bag. You need those times for you as a woman. Don't think all you're supposed to do is be in go season. Now, there's ways to treat a season. Yeah, when I was promoting and I was going triple, my butt grew mold in the seat. Because that's what I wanted at that time frame. But then I had to have a conversation with everybody else around me and go, hey, listen, y'all see them boards? I involved the family. Y'all see them dying? Mama trying to get that. And when we do, we're going to go here. Oh, Mama, you got it yet? Became the conversation. You got it yet? No, I ain't got it yet, but I'm going to get it. Now they know Mama's trying to be boxed. I'm almost boxed for Prez. Almost. So now they know they watching. I let my daughter draw the little stars. There's a board. Just so I'm going to point it to you. There's a board. You see what I'm pointing at? Your vision should be with you. Your visions. It's on my board. I look at it every day. I'm almost done. So they're going, Mama, when you going to be done? I don't know. But if y'all let me be on this Zoom and stop running up in here, then maybe Mama could get one more box filled. Involve them. It's your life. They shouldn't be separate from it. Involve them. But you need your time too. I remember when I never gave myself time frame and I walked away. I've been in this business now for a year. And I walked away from my chair in June. I went diamond in 3 months. I went double diamond in 5 months. And then I came right behind, I think 4 or 5 months after that and went triple. I don't know the time span. It's been a year, put it that way, right? When I got the time to start having girlfriend time, I cried all the time. And my friend was like, dang, I didn't even know you were soft like this. You're going to find out I ain't this soft in a minute if you keep on calling me soft. However, I cried all the time because I realized what I was missing. I did. I realized that, dang, they used to invite me to all these things and they just stopped inviting me because I was never available. But guess what? How I planned everything else, I could have made a plan. So now I started doing that at Diamond. Now I have a girlfriend time all the time. It's my time. There's 24 hours in a day. You deserve at least a dang on hour. 24, you deserve an hour. But if you are not scheduled on your own calendar, you will miss you. And guess what? You know how they tell you on the plane that you have to take down your mask and cover yourself first before you cover other people? If you don't cover that thing first, so you can't become or be the best outputter to anybody else because you're not outputting to yourself. Is it reading a book? Is it taking a walk? Is it taking a bath? Y'all, I want to take a bath and everybody leave me alone. Maybe that's my next Mother's Day. Because I swear, I can't even do that by myself in the house. But guess what I did learn? I learned, and everybody on my team know this. Y'all know how sometimes I'll go live and I'm in a hotel? I learned I could go check into a hotel. Go to Hotwire. I'm going to give y'all a mom hack. Go to hotwire.com. Find you a cheap hotel. They be nice ones too for like $50, $60 in my area. And I live in Illinois where it's expensive. So $50, $60 and just spend an afternoon. Take your, I call it like my save. I will take a facial. I will go do my stuff. I'll sit in the tub. I'll go get a jacuzzi. I'm for real by myself. I'll just do an afternoon. I know they be thinking some extra man gonna come walking up in here. She in here at 12 p.m. She got her one bag. They thinking somebody about to come. No, I'm about to take a bath by myself with candles. Get in the jacuzzi. Get in the sauna because I deserve it. And I do. I usually do that like every 60 days. Just for me. And my husband at first he was like, what is you doing? And then when I would come back and be better, he was like, yeah, go get your bag and go. You need to go. Yeah. He started supporting my day. So put you on your calendar. Number 5, child. Number 5, declutter regularly. This is one that I learned as being older. Declutter regularly. Like right now, my desk, they always say a person who's successful, like their desk is always a mess. And I used to live by that. And then I thought about it, but I can't think in a mess. Like think about that. Like I have a difficult time. So am I training myself to be messy? Yes. And then what happens when I'm messy? I'm not the best production. I'm snippy. I'm frustrated. I'm pissed. I can't find things. I can't get my hand on them. And then here comes, because guess what? Here go the first one. Confianza is in here. Next thing you know, I'm taking confianza more than I need to. So in my declutter regularly, when I finish at this desk, stop. Pick it up. Don't we tell our kids that? Now you just dropped that on the floor. Pick it up. Pick it up. Once you finish in your workspace, clean it up. When you finish right here, don't just walk away from the desk. Pick up what you just had. I have my keto coffee here. I got my bubbly. I got some extra greens. Y'all, I am a queen of a product. But why does my remnants of it have to lay behind me? Pick it up. It only takes a few seconds. It ain't that much that's on over here. Pick it up and move on. Then you'll start noticing everywhere you go in your life is clear. Because it takes nothing to do something from behind you in that one space. It takes nothing to do that. It's when it piles up. And then you walk into the space and it is just like hours. Now you can't find how you're going to put that in your day anymore because it's just too much. But if you practice decluttering every day, just take a moment and think about that. If I decluttered a portion of my personal space every day, what could that do for my life? Just think about that. Oh my God, I could clean the junk drawer in the kitchen. I do not know who started the junk drawer in the kitchen. Why is there a junk drawer in the kitchen? Like of all places. My son had the nerve to put socks in the junk drawer. In the kitchen? Why? But could you imagine if every day you took something and you threw it away? How would you feel as a woman? And I don't see any men on here. I love to talk when they're women and men. But how would you feel? You'd feel like I could add something to me. And guess what? When you can add something to you is when you grow. When you can do something different than what you're used to doing, you grow. So if you stay in clutter, you stay where you are. And that's what people need to be scared of, is staying where they are. Because it's so much, the vision of where your reality of is in your life is just your vision. But if you don't see anything else, or you don't make room or space for other things, you stay where you are. I love to take a trip to other areas. I have a beautiful home. I do. But I was like, man, what's over there? 15 minutes over there. Ooh, it's another 1,500 square feet that's over there. What I got to do to get over there? I love to go walking in the neighborhood. I love to go in that neighborhood, because I know that if I don't see what's over there in those areas, I won't realize how to get there. But when we are cluttered, when everything we do is we step over something to get to the next level, you can't see that. You can't see a Rolls Royce pulling up in your driveway. You can't see it. Because as of right now, you think you're stuck in the space that you're in. Because it's not, it's cluttered. So unclutter. Take something each day away. Fix the space you're in. Watch your car. That's what I told. Watch your car. Oh, y'all, my car used to be so crazy, to the point where I would be embarrassed when somebody would walk past it. And this was years ago. When somebody would walk past it and stare down into it, I'd be like, oh my God, don't pay attention. Or I would park far away. And that was my regular behavior, already showing me something's wrong. But I didn't know that that was an issue. I didn't know it was an issue. And then when I got that thing together, then it would be like somebody would come and knock on the door. Anybody ever had a messy house and somebody knocked on the door and you're like, oh God, hide. I was like, why not? What if I started to think like this? What if that was the sporadic moment that somebody was coming by, or it was the level of blessing that I needed that was on the other side of that knock, that God was trying to show me something, but I didn't open the door. And I was like, oh, because I'm not prepared for it. It's not get ready for the opportunity. It's be ready for the opportunity. And I noticed it was things that I was turning away. My girlfriends were just at my house recently, and one of them was talking about 10 years ago when she came to 15 years ago, when I was in an apartment at this time frame. And I'm telling you, 900 square feet. Two of the kids lived in one room. One of them was in a bassinet on the side of the bed. And when I tell you, it was small, but yet everything was piling. And she had a boyfriend that was in the downstairs. And then she was like, how crazy would I be to just not knock on this door and let her know I'm downstairs? But when she knocked on the door, I peeked. I was like, oh my God, is she kidding? Is she whatever? And then we went a couple years without me talking to her. Now, I did not talk to her because she did anything wrong. It was out of embarrassment at that moment. So I kept pushing her away and pushing her away. And we had a conversation. This was just a couple weeks ago. If anybody was following me, see, so I had a freedom party. And she was here and she was like, if you would have told me, I would have helped. But in my mind, nobody was there to help me. I had to do everything on my own. I was the oldest of 5. And I felt like, oh my God, I'm used to doing everything for everybody else. So I didn't know what that was like. But guess what? She was like, if you would have opened the door that day, girl, I would have helped you clean. So my answer was on the other side of the door, but because I wasn't ready. Do you see that? Because I wasn't ready. And now I know, because of where I am in this space right now, how amazing it is and how I'm able to receive new things. And then people look at me and say, you're lucky. Or they'll go, everything happens good for you. Guys, for those who don't know me, I'm a 7-figure brand. But did y'all just hear me tell you about the day that I was 900 square feet in a 2-bedroom apartment with all of my kids? But people see that part now. And what I'll tell you is now they go, but it's so easy for you. Oh, you have a sales background, or you did all this or whatever. Please understand that was not all the time. That was not how I started. And it wasn't until I learned these things, how to organize myself, how to organize my life, how to get things together, that now people see things happen and they think they happen so easy. But it's because I'm ready for the opportunity. It is not because of my background. It's because of all the hell I went through that taught me how to have peace. It's because when hell was going on, I didn't accept it. You're welcome. Somebody said, thanks for being transparent. You're welcome. It was because I didn't accept it. It's because I had to sit in it just a little bit longer. I had to be frustrated a little bit longer. A little bit more. I shared on the last one, I became a marathoner. That's when I used to sprint to everything. Oh, it's not working. I got to let it go. This ain't working. Okay, let me try something else. It wasn't until I learned that most of the behaviors that I had going on was the reason of my demise. It was the reason I wasn't where I wanted to be, because I was looking outward to everybody else. However, was I organized? No. Was I disciplined? No. I was a great person. I did great things. I went to church all the time. I knew who was the head of everything in my life. But guess what? He was placing things on me, so therefore I would change. And he kept me in those spaces, so I had to push harder and harder. Oh, so you won't get disciplined? Then this won't happen. Not because I wasn't deserving of it, but because if I give you all these things you're asking for, you, my dear, can't handle them. It's going to take you out. I'm trying to put you in rooms of people that are organized. I'm trying to put you in rooms of people that have the money you don't even think you can have. And so if I put you in that room, it's going to minimize you. It's going to make you think that you can't get there. So until you do this work, and until you can become organized, until you can get yourself to that level, I'm not going to put you there, because then when you get there, guess what? You got to perform. I hate that saying, fake it till you make it. I do. I cannot stand it, because then it does not allow people to realize if you fake it until you make it all the time, you just never make it. Because you're always trying to be something you're not, instead of dealing with the things you need to fix. You need to change. You have to change, because these things will break you. Guess what? I'll tell you, at triple right now, I ain't never been a triple in this company. I've been successful or whatever. Let me tell you right now, if you don't get your leadership and your organization together, triple will tank you. You know how many people call my phone? You know how many people want different things for me? You can't handle the 3 people on your Ruby chart. You will not be able to handle the triple chart. You want the check, but you don't want the actions that come with it. When you become organized, when you stop overthinking, when you declutter, when you do your personal development, when you do your spiritual development, when you get okay with being not okay, that's when your breakthrough is coming. That's what is going to happen, because each level requires a new person to show up to get it, and organization is a must. Number 6, keep only what you need. Y'all know it's 7, but I feel like God want me to preach too. I always say that. Did he? What is he doing? All right. Number 6, keep only what you need. Have you all been throwing things away? You try to throw things away and you be like, no, but I need this. No, but what about this? No, and I do this. Google and look what a pack rat looks like. A pack rat. When you keep things that are not of that time frame, you're showing. Has anybody ever seen? I love this photo. I need to post it somewhere. It's God. It's a child, and the child has a bear. It's a small bear, right? And then there's this big bear that God is trying to give, and he's like, just give me the bear. And the child is like, no, but I love my bear. I'm trying to give you all these new things, but yet you're holding on to things that were of your past. There were things that helped grow you then, but now I cannot give you the new things that are supposed to be in your life, because you're holding on to all these old things, and I cannot have room to give you new. I'm going to talk about your team. Oh, that just came into my spirit. I want to talk about your team. You're so scared. You've gotten to where you are in your business. And you're so scared. There's one person that will not do anything you ask them to do. They won't show up. They won't come to the meeting. They won't do whatever. But you're so scared to rebuild, to go put somebody else in that space, that you're willing to keep garbage around you just so you feel better. How that sound? Look at a pack rat. It looks crazy. It looks crazy. If you're not willing to remove what's not for you, you can't get new. How would you feel right now if you had a couch in your house, you had that couch for I don't know how long, and then your husband, like, say for instance, your husband has a couch that he loves. Let's use this scenario. He has this couch. Y'all, it got holes in it. It's the right side that fell. It just won't. And you like, baby, and it's his man cave. And you're like, baby, just let me please buy you another couch because I just want to see you be better and we need a new couch. And you go buy him this couch and then you set it on up and you walk away and you go shopping and you come back and he put the new couch next to the old couch. How this look? And then he has the nerve to want to lay and still watch TV on the old couch. Not the new one. That you just bought, you just spent all your coins. Look, you took all your fast starts and bought this couch. How does this look to you? Crazy, right? Crazy. Now let's look down your chart. How many people do you need to erase and start over? How many? How many are causing you stress? How many are causing you anxiety? How many have you in bondage in your mind, making you think you'll never get to the next level? Let's go in your house. How many things around you that are in the house that really could just go away? Because you can't, you're telling me, you're going to your husband going, baby, I need a bigger house. And he looking like, you don't clean this one. You could really work in this space right here. He can clearly see it. But because you won't throw the stuff away, you think you ain't got no place to work. Do you see how sometimes we in bondage and not really realizing that just because we won't let go of what we're not supposed to have? But sometimes when you release, have you ever seen it? There's another meme that's big. They're holding on to ropes and all of the arms are all scarred and tattered up and everything. And the most beautiful part of the hand is when they let it go. Everything else is all tattered, but the inside of the hands is fine when they let the rope go. What is around you that needs to be let go? I'm going to share with you this part because I think it's the time to share it. When I was going from double to, okay, so I was ranking. I ranked 3 times in a month, 3 ranks in a month, went diamond, made the decision to go double, and then went from double and then had that hiccup. And I had this hiccup because there were spaces that were on my chart that I really needed to erase and start over. But I was like, hey, man, I'm running. Like, I got things to do. I got places to go. I want to get there. I'm trying to do this. However, there were things that were not. I would send them messages. Could you please show up to the training? Could you please do this? Could you please do this? And I don't beg nobody. I'll keep on telling them, I'm not chasing no man. So I know I ain't chasing no woman with something that I have. She has the same thing I got. I'm not chasing you. I'm not chasing him. So I know I ain't about to chase you. But then I start chasing. And it wasn't until I sat down with myself and I made a decision. I remember when we came back from conference. I made a decision to erase people. Take the eraser and erase it. Do you know I went triple? And my husband went double. And my son went emerald. By just making that decision. I did the same thing when I went triple. I said, okay, who am I begging? Stop that. Here are the ramifications of what it is to be in my space. Because I want the same thing back. I want the same thing back. So here are the behaviors that I have. Here are the behaviors that you must have. And did the same thing again. Guess what? Almost box prayers a new way. Box triple a whole nother way. Almost box a presidential a whole new way. You want to know why? You can't be fearful of keeping what's not for you. You cannot. The same way he blessed you before, he'll bless you again. Do you believe that? Like, it's beautiful to look back and say, this is where I came from and I was okay. I came from that everything not okay, that 900 square foot space, now to living in a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2.5 car home, 4 businesses. But if I didn't believe that he can do that, and then how dare I sit here and say, oh, he's going to do that and he won't do more. So I have to learn to trust. If you're supposed to go, bye. Not with malice. Because he doesn't bless that either. Not with malice. But I have to touch my chart at times and say, okay, listen, I don't know what to do here. What do you want to do? Oh, you don't want me to talk to this person? Okay, fine. Or you want this to be aligned later. Because maybe there's some skills that they need to get and I need to get, so therefore we can mesh back. But if you don't learn to declutter and take things away and remove what's not supposed to be there, then what you are not is flexible. And every successful millionaire, billionaire is flexible. Just so you know that. They're willing to let things go. They're willing to make changes. You are watching it in Mark Pentecost. Oh, so y'all don't want to buy energy? Poof, gone. Oh, but I love energy. You weren't buying it. You weren't buying it. Oh, but I need my shake. Why weren't you buying it? Oh, but I love these bonuses. Don't take them away. Why didn't you get the bonuses when they were there? So they can stay. You're watching it right in front of you. You're watching it right in front of you. Take note. And here's the last one, number 7, which is huge. Number 7 is, don't jump on everyone else's agenda. And how you stay organized. Do not jump on other people's agenda. I'll explain. You said you're going to get up in the morning at 7 a.m. You're going to feed the kids by 9 a.m. You're going to meet with your husband by 3 p.m. You're going to go with your girlfriends at this time, at 4. You're going to do a power 3 hour because you wanted that time for yourself in the morning. You have set, now this is when you have set your goals. Number 6 is keep only what you need. Number 7 is don't jump on everyone's agenda. And then someone comes on up and tells you to do something different. Okay, you right now, I always tell people, I've told everybody I was doing a pop-up training at 2. You're not supposed to feel pressure to stop everything that you do to catch my pop-up training unless you can make the pop-up training at 2. But if this was your personal development time, then you come back. I have a YouTube channel. You come back and you get the YouTube at that time, but you keep what you said at 2 p.m. Y'all, personal development is amazing. It's amazing. But it's the book that you read that has something to do with your season that's going to affect your season. So if you decided, there is an amazing book called The Emotionally Healthy Woman. And I remember I was reading this book and then somebody else came and said, hey guys, we're reading this one. No, because in this season, I need to go over The Emotionally Healthy Woman because everything somebody is saying got me pissed. I'm ready to snap on people. I don't snap on people. I let them go. But now all of a sudden, I want to tell them everything. So in my season, I needed to read that. I don't care what y'all was doing. But in my season, that's what it needed. And guess what? It got me through. That season, I needed to stay organized. Do you get that? That's how I stayed organized because I had to function on what was going on for me. You have to be careful of that. See, if you're not strong in who you are, if you don't have a plan of action, anyone can download their actions into you. Because you don't function how you function. Our team has a team calendar. I take that team calendar and I put it into my schedule. There are a few things on our team schedule that coincide with my life calendar. So those things can occur. But if I don't have a plan on what I'm supposed to do, then I become a slave to what everybody else wants. It's going to be hard for you to live your life in accordance to where your next steps are. Remember I told you we both got to that plane at the same time. But if I started to shift and change, I don't do that. She don't need that time in the morning. I do. I need that. So where it is, you're telling me to do this at this time, I need to do something else. I can mess up my whole flora. We spend too much time as individuals saying things like, see you tomorrow. Guess what? It may not be tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to promote in 6 months. Who said that this is where God wanted to keep you for the next 6 months? How do you know that? You don't. You're not psychic. Again, you're in Chronos time. You're not in Kairos time. You don't know the different things of your life, which is the reason why if you don't schedule things for you, if you don't have a plan of action for you, if you don't know what you're going to do of everything that I've shared with you, if it doesn't have a place or time in your life, then you exist. And if you read, I wish I would know what this article was. They were sharing how men tend to expire when they leave their jobs, which is one of the reasons, me personally, I don't want to be a full-time family. I was like, no, you go work. You're going out there. You go do what you gotta do. I know that sounds good in here. That may sound good on over here, but I need you to go on out because I saw that men become depressed and stressed. They don't know what to do. They're in the four walls. And then me as the woman gonna have to try to figure out how to work on that. No, sir. No, ma'am. You gonna do whatever you need to do on the outside. As a matter of fact, do you need me to plan you a play date? Go on outside, go play. Because that's when they have an issue. Women expire when women don't know. Somebody say yes, go please. Women expire when we don't know why we exist. When we don't have outlets. When we don't know why we're doing what we're doing, who we're affecting. I don't care what color you are. When we don't know why we're here, why we're doing, and so do you see how your business cannot be your reason of existence? This is the reason why you have to have a life calendar. This is why it's extremely important because you have so much to give. You are not a rank. Your worth is not in the next rank that you go. Your worth is acquired in what is brought to the table that gets you to the rank. It gets you to the money. It gets you to where you are. It's a fool for you to think that money, we need it to be able to get us these things in which we desire in life. We do. But your worth is not in the title that is given to you. Your worth is in what you brought to the table to get the title. Do you know all of what I went through to get here? Do you know all of what you've been through to be here? That's who you are. That's your character. Now, what we all do is we personally develop and we work on ourselves to get to our next seasons of life. That is what we are to do. That is how we are to grow. That is how we are to go to our next levels. But if we don't take some time and be organized, be disciplined, understand things of ourselves, move to the next season of life, we stay where we are. And that's where we expire. When there is no growth, go look at a flower. You don't constantly water it. You don't constantly take care of it. It will wither away and it will die. And that is how you expire. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's training. I love doing them. I do. I love them. I even promised, I said, this is something that has been given to me as a gift. And how dare I not keep giving the gift back? Because that's what he wants. That's what he desires. He's definitely showed me for years that I would be international. And there's time frames out of confusion or not being organized in my own way at time frames. He's like, no, that's not what I put. I'll even tell you that's the reason this is why he put me in this business. Y'all was making money prior to coming in here. I was. This business has changed my quality of life. And he's like, there are a lot of women that are in these spaces. He's always showed me women When I was younger, I was bullied, picked on, fought a lot. People tried to take me out. A girl tried to cut me in my face with a blade in her ponytail. Right. So for me, my ministry has always been women. It was like the devil at that time frame was like, you know what? I'm going to put these things. And I remember I was going to do a reality show. And in doing the reality show, one of the things in which I said with such fervor in my face was, I don't do women. I don't do them. What does that mean? You'll find out. And in this show, I was moving different things around and trying to stay as far away from them as I possibly could, because I had been taught when I was younger, women do things for you. They hurt you. The fighting, the cutting, the backstabbing. Somebody tried to take me out of my business. Close people too. And it wasn't until I became more connected with my purpose of why God placed me here, where I was trying to be shown that, hey, your purpose is definitely in women. It's definitely in guidance. It's definitely, you see things sometimes, my nickname is Eagle Eyes. I see things sometimes that people don't even see coming, where I didn't realize that was special of me. So I sometimes would share with them things, and then they would come back and stip at me, and I'd be like, okay, well, I shouldn't say nothing. But that's your design. That's what you see. That's what you understand. So that's what you're supposed to do. So until I started taking some time out to really understand who I was as a woman, why I was here, y'all would have missed out on all this. And then when I came into this business, y'all, a lot of y'all don't know me. I was on fire teaching. Anybody remember that? I was teaching every time I could get my hands on it. And then this feeling came back up into me. I want to tell you, it was probably about November that was like, that's a lot of give. You don't need to do that. Remember when you shared that stuff before? All the things that happen. Now you're opening yourself up to people who you don't even know. Like, oh my gosh, if you keep on doing that, then potentially somebody could do something. So I had to take some time down again. And that's when I had to read The Emotionally Healthy Woman. I was like, okay, you've been delivered from here. How in the world are you allowing this back on in? This is not your space anymore. You've been on stages, you've taught, you've been done TV. I've been on TV. I'm working with celebrities. I didn't reach every goal. But yet you're thinking this mess again? Go get this back together. And if I wasn't organized and thought, it could have took me out at that moment. But I had to say, you know what? You got to reel back. You are not decluttering anymore. I would do those trainings. If y'all look on my YouTube channel, you'll see a whole bunch of them. Well, remember that clutter I was talking about? Do y'all see how this room looked different from back there? You'll even tell. It was so many things that were around me, and I would just, okay, but the camera only sees here. So I'm going to sit right here and do the training. Then it was like, no, baby, you need to stretch. You got to get some things together. You got to walk into the season. If you're going to teach somebody else how to do something that you need to do, you can't just fake it till you make it. That's bull to you. You don't believe that. So then I said, okay, well, when I go this rank, and God showed me diamond for a reason, he showed me triple for a reason. And I understand now why I had to go through what I went through. I went through what I went through to get to triple so I could tell somebody else how to do it. So I could tell somebody else, organization is important. Discipline is important. Oh, you need to stop. Or you need to not listen to that. Or you need to be a woman who thinks of her own mind. Oh, you need quiet time. And then I went through another season where I stopped telling, because even when I was sharing with people those things, then they didn't want to hear them. And then I got spiritually in trouble because he said, that's not why I placed you there. Okay, well, I won't take you anywhere else until you do what I asked you to do. Oh, okay. Now I'm back. And now I'm back with a different whatever. And keep in mind, some things will happen. There will be days in which, say, for instance, you know I'm out here training. I'm going to ask you to hold me accountable for something. You know I'm out here training. You know that that's my season. You know that that's what I'm supposed to be doing. But sometimes when you're in front of people, let me tell you something that I know. You're in front of people and you're doing it too much or too much. Jealousy, envy, all that other stuff starts creeping. I'll be like, I don't want to deal with that. And God says, remember the last time that occurred, I had you. So if you don't see me doing this, say, Tracy, where you at? It's a message you're supposed to be saying. Where you at? Nudge me. Where you at? Where you go, girl? Come on back up in here. Because there's a different height I'm supposed to go. And I am so obedient to getting where I'm supposed to be that I desire to get there. And if I have to teach all day, if I have to train all day, if I have to race all day, If I have to declutter all day, that's what I'm going to do because I'm that attached to that's my season. That's what he's asked me to do. That's where I'm going to go. Are you that attached to your home? Are you that attached to what is that reason why you're here? Not on earth, in your business. What are you supposed to do? Who are you supposed to affect? Why are you here? You don't come into environments like this for no reason. You don't. There is something you're designed to do. Are you connected with what that is? If you're not organized, you cannot find it. Everything else becomes priority. You're not clear enough to see it. You got to get that thing together. And maybe after this, you need to take some time in prayer. You need to say, oh my God, what is this you want me to do? This pop-up was not supposed to happen, but it was placed in my spirit to do it. So I said, oh, okay, I ain't supposed to be doing it until later. So let me go do what I'm designed to do.